What up? What up? What up? Bankroll Tim bedded up. What do we got there, y'all? We got a 1975 Buick. Buick LeSabre, deuce and a quarter. Let's see, what is it? It is a LeSabre Custom. Them curve feelings, that's what's motherfucking custom, y'all. All right, so we'll talk about this thing here in a minute. I'm just gonna put some coilovers on the back, but look at that, y'all. That is an aluminum hub with the 5-inch pattern on it with the 6 piston wheel wells. Interesting. But anyways, I didn't do no work to this thing yet. Once again, here you go, y'all. Them curb feelings, bro. We got the Chevelle right here. 72 Chevelle. Got that big block in it. Y'all have seen this car. So I had to do some adjusting. So the right front spring, somehow the right front of the car was a little lower. Straighten that up. The back of the car got rid of some spring pressure. So I took the coilover mounts on the bottom and I moved them up 2 holes. So you can see through there. Boom, boom, boom. I put the coilover bracket up 2 holes and I brought the spring pressure down to try to soften up the ride, which I think it made a real big difference. The rear end was to the passenger side a little bit, and it was making the tire rub the back corner over here. Just rubbing just a little bit in here. But brought the ass end up. Now the car, all 4 corners are level, as in the back 2 measure exactly the same, the front 2 measure exactly the same. Boom. Had to do some other things. It kept popping the alternator belt. It would fly off. So, you know, it's just got the, it's dirty. It's dirty. Don't worry about it, y'all. It's dirty. Changed the carburetor. We went from, I mean, I'm one that's against big carburetors, but went from a 750 that somebody had jetted and fucked with and stuff like that. This is coming up at 850. And it's not a double pumper, it's a vacuum secondary. I just realized that. But it doesn't smell like fuel, fires right up. Didn't have to do shit for tuning to it. But the alternator belt, you'd hit a certain RPM and that fucking belt would fly off. So with this bracket set up, I ended up taking the bottom bracket right there and I spaced right behind the bottom bracket. So it actually took the alternator and leaned the alternator back so it would keep the belt forced this way. It might start wearing the belt in, but it fits in there pretty good. But you have a lot of problems with big blocks when you have a V belt. One of the hoses somewhere got a little leak. I mean, the car never went over 195 degrees, even with that little bitty fan. But this is a 502 big block Chevy. Somebody was saying before that it was a 454 crate engine. The owner's brother went and ran all the numbers that are on the block, on the heads, all that shit. Come on, it's a 502, so he knows all the specs of the motor. Got the MSD, got the Pro Billet distributor, got a big ass Mallory, super coiled or Pro something coil. Anyways, put the carburetor on there, boom, car fired up. Got 2 batteries up here, as you can see. It had a light on the dash in there that was stuck on, which ended up being the emergency brake was pushed down, so that was what had that light on. The car runs really good, tears it up. It's only a 373 in the back with 26s on it, a 12 bolt, and then the trans is a turbo 400. The car used to have a 700 R4 in it, but it kept burning those up. But right now, it looks like it broke 2nd and 3rd gear. in this trans, so we don't know exactly if the shifter was changed from the overdrive to this. Maybe it was riding in like in between gears, but it had a leak coming out of where the governor is on the trans, so I tightened that up before, but then today I took the governor out to see if the governor was fucked up, and that was causing it not to shift. It has reverse, strong as hell. It has first gear, strong as hell. When you put it into the drive position of the shifter, it's like neutral. So when you come down, park, reverse, hits reverse good, neutral, bam. You hit drive, drive's like neutral. You hit it down again, it's like neutral. You hit it down one more, bam, the car goes into gear. Put it in the drive spot, and it free revs. So go down until it grabs. You can go down the street, and when you shift the shifter into what you think is second gear, the car has a little light, if you let off the gas, got a little light little slip, and you feel it kind of go in. Then you get in the gas, and it's fully there until it starts really pulling. Then it starts to slip. So trans, big block, 400, 502, got a lot of torque. Probably just broke the trans. The car gets it nasty. The car has never gotten it as nasty as it gets it now. I mean, it blows the tires off instantly. So some adjusting here, there, whatever. I changed the shock tune on it. The shock tune before, I think, had a lot of rebound and medium on the compression. Took the compression down a couple, and I took the rebound basically out of it. You can feel the car actually go up and down, move around. Backing up in the parking lot last night and hitting it's got super comp headers on it, so it's got the tubes. That one tube, as you can see, goes over the frame. So I mean, the tires touch there, so that's probably what I heard last night. But besides that, it's got good turning, real good turning. When I originally did the suspension stuff on it, I degreased the spindles back, stuff like that. But this is a very, very nice car. So now his trans guy, they're gonna figure out if he's gonna pick it up tonight or whatever, take it to his trans guy tomorrow or Monday or whatever. I don't know. That's what we're waiting for right now. But the car fires right up. You know what? Let's see how long the battery's lasting. Let me see if it fires right up for y'all. No, I didn't touch the gas. You seen that? I'm reaching here. I'm gonna hit this key. Fired right up. Big black Chevy, aluminum head. Alternator doesn't line up way better than what it was before. Like the alternator before was like not like this, so it was like shooting the belt off. And that motherfucking belt would like go a mile down the damn street. When you turn it off, so that way you don't turn it too far back and it turns the radio on. Batteries have been going low. Could be the alarm system that's on it. Could be that e-brake light was keeping that on. So yeah, I had to take the Bonneville one more time. Again, I had to take all four wheels off of it. Or I had them off, had to put them back on. Boom, move all this shit around. Last night, me and the wife, this was easy to push because we pushed this all the way up underneath the landau. But this big bitch right here was sitting over there, and it don't have a drive shaft in it. Me, the wife, and the baby, Jello Joe, we pushed that car all the way in here so I could get it up on the lift. Like I said, it is a 75, and I believe he did say this is a 400 Pontiac motor that fires right up and sounds really good. It's got real good throttle response. He had somebody install the coilovers, which are let's see, what does that say? Is that a 650? I think it's a 650, y'all. I don't know, we'll focus on it. But he never adjusted the height, so the car sits real low in the front. But like I said, I only took the wheels off to be able to get these cars to slide in last night underneath of it. But yes, these are big piston brakes. on this car, big piston, 6-piston, big Willwood brakes, and yes, like I'm saying, this is a half inch, which he ordered it with longer studs, I'm pretty sure, because obviously this is a longer stud to make sure you have enough bite in the front. So in the front, you would use an open 1/2 inch 20 lug nut. You know, it's 1/2 inch 20, and that keeps everything tighter. So there's the brackets. Most likely that bracket right there is Todd TCE. The hub may possibly be Todd TCE that did that. Look, you can see that stud is backed out. So whoever put it together did not put the Loctite on those. So that stud, And of course, because I noticed it, I'm gonna have to take care of it. I should be able to turn it, let's see here, and get my socket in there, 12 point. Boom. So what this car is here for, as you can see, they put the 9-inch in it. I'm going to change the control arms, tray chassis. I'm going to change the upper control arms to tray chassis. I'm going to put the coilover brackets on here. Viking coilovers, the cross brace. So I'm gonna cut these pipes off, which people really gotta stop putting their pipes on, because that shit comes all into play with having to put the bar up there and shit. So yeah, them big ass springs will go bye-bye. And yeah, I don't know like why you would run the brake line through the spring. That just doesn't make any sense. And then why run a full braided back here when you could run a regular T, and then you come off here with a hard line, and the hard line can go all the way over here, and then you put the little fitting in the caliper that takes a hard line. So now you got braided back here. I mean, yeah, for looks and shit like that, but it's all good. E-brake cable is still right here. That should have been fucking cut off there, which I'll get it off of there. Oh, it's got tie bars. Got a bar that goes from the bottom bolt of the lower control arm to that tray right there for the upper control arm. But that will be coming off. You can see the rear end is hanging lower on this side than that side. That spring's probably got more pressure or something. There's no shocks bolted up on the back. This bracket obviously will be going bye-bye. As a matter of fact, it can go bye-bye right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just spinning. I'll get that shit off of there, boom. All the parts are here for it. We double checked all that yesterday. I put the coil's over there. The arms, I know I pulled the arms out, I put them somewhere. Maybe I put them in the car. But it's a clean ass fucking 75 power trunk. One more thing, y'all, it is a Burt. It is a convertible. So, let's see if I can get a better angle of this thing. There you go. Boom. Forgiatos. Got to get that bedded up in there. The ass end was sitting probably that high right there. It was on the ground. And the front was fucking tough and nasty because they never adjusted it. Well, we never talked about doing anything with the front, but I'll put it up a little bit for them. Probably end up doing the alignment. But this is going to be an in and out thing. The Chevelle pissed me off last night because it threw the belt, and then it didn't backfire, but it was like popping shots out the fucking exhaust. Because obviously it was running the battery down, which was running the MSD down. I coasted back in the parking lot all the way up to the shop. But we're going to find out what's going on with that, if they can get that gone. But what is today? Saturday, I was supposed to go to Fox Valley Mall for the show up there. I didn't do that. If I had a license, I would go because my truck is sitting right up the street. Stress is a motherfucker. I'm tired of dealing with so much bullshit and so many mark-ass motherfuckers. You know, I got that weak motherfucker on my IG talking shit, talking about this and talking about that, woo woo. I told him right up off my motherfucking post. 3 times now I told him right up off my post, talking about, oh, Gucci out of jail, what you gonna do now? Motherfucker, come the fuck on, whatever you wanna do, shit. He ain't said nothing, so what the fuck? He put himself in whatever mess he put himself in. Criminal damage to property, and they didn't want to give him a bond that had nothing to do with anything that happened at my shop. Oh, compression fitting. But yeah, anyways, fuck all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Here I am. I'm right here. Look, I'm by myself. Right here. Like, how hard would it be for somebody to come up, throw hands, whatever, and then if they thought anything else was gonna happen, if they wanted to take the computer box for the cameras, take it. He knows all this, but ain't shit happening. All stupid shit. So this, like I said, cross brace in it, boom. Cut these pipes off, boom. Change these control arms, boom. Bolt it up, set it down. Once all that's set, the pinning angle will be set, and then dude will be able to figure out his drive shaft. These cars, 71 to 76, Dunks, Buicks, Pontiacs, Oldsmobiles, all that. They had that CV joint drive shaft set up in the back right here that had the double U joints. It's called a CV setup, CV joint setup. And it has a flat plate, and it's round flat plate. You get it, round flat plate. And it has 4 5/8 bolts in it. Well, obviously, that drive shaft won't work on this setup. This is a 1050 yoke or some shit. So now the U joint he's gonna have for this is gonna be the big U joint. So it's gonna be, both sides will be the same size cap. Big. Instead of the other ones that have like a small one here or a small one here and then the big ones there. So the drive shaft people, whatever, the second I got this thing sitting on the ground where I want it, I'll give the measurement from cap, or this area, to the trans area, which is one way to measure it. They can have you measure it from this to whatever back there. But I have a yoke that I could put in here, and I'll measure from center of the bearing cap, the U-joint cap, to the center of this cap, and then they'll know the end play. You know, end plays like an inch and a half, some shit like that. So when the rear end goes up and down, and how positive pinion, negative pinion, it pulls the drive shaft in and out. A lot of people get this shit wrong. They measure it wrong, or they measure it right, and then when they're talking to the people add in what you already added in, and then the drive shaft ends up being too short, shit like that. So if they got a sheet online, you can print out and you can give them the 3 measurements they asked for, so that way when they say, oh, no, it's your fault. No, I filled out all 3 questions. I gave you exactly all the numbers, so you guys fucked up. So if you just go in there and be like, yo, I need a shaft 85 inches long, and they give it to you 85 minus the end play, blah, blah, but you already minus the end play, then they tell you it's your fault. So just be careful. Aurora Truck Center in Aurora, they actually go in there and you talk to them, ask for Robert, tell him Bankroll Tim sent you, and he'll work with you and tell you, and he'll understand this and that, and make sure it all works out for you. But yes, this lined out. I know I'm mixing up the videos, but again, I didn't get a chance to touch it some more, except for put that more weld in. I think I already explained that. The grind marks show you a difference in how the frame is. I mean, it's pretty smooth. There's a low spot right here where that hole is. There's a low spot right here where that hole is. But, I mean, this is built up where it needs to be built up for not cracking, which, again, it's got all the bracing. So when you look straight up at it, you can see it's got a little bit of a bow to it. So this piece originally I had to be in, which I can still flex this a little bit Doesn't need a lot. I already did all the measurements from there out, boom. That wheel's gonna fit on it pretty damn good. And when you're tight to your frame with the rim and you have an anti-roll, it keeps everything to where the rim don't scrape it. If you don't have an anti-roll, then leaning and pulling to a gas station, you know, incline, you could possibly scrape right here. But this is a very hard area to scrape with the distance of that rim. So, anyways, working. Nothing goes right, but I don't always think negative about shit. I don't just look at something and say, oh, it ain't gonna come apart. I'm in here every day while there's other shit going on and just trying to get it all done. Trying to get everybody fitted. Trying to fucking keep the bills paid, you know? And slowly but surely. These are some alright Forgies. I like them. They're straight. Got a little lip, but you know, makes it look like a little more lip, which is all good. It's got the big 4 pistons in the back, if y'all didn't notice that already. Let's see, the backs of these, it's a 9-inch bolt up. Has the bracket right there. The 3 holes are in a different spot. He's not narrowing right now, so there's no point in clocking them down. As you can see when you look up there, that caliper sits back more. I may have to notch right here because it does bolt out. There's no skirts, which is the shit because I can't stand skirts. I mean, some cars look good with skirts, but dunks, I don't like dunks with skirts on them. But it's a clean car. Got a nice color. Interior's real nice too. It's got some white in it. But it is a drop top, and he had his own cover made for when the top is dropped, and you can pop that cover on there, and that the cover got a Buick logo on it. Looks pretty cool. But all right, y'all, you see it. I'm in here. I'm working. Big boy Buick with a motherfucking 9-inch in it and a 400 Pontiac. That's what he says it is. I thought maybe it was a 455, but he said 400. And I'm gonna be getting it together so he can get the fuck out of here. All right, y'all. I am out. Yeah, I'm out. Bankroll Tim. Again, to all the real ones, keep it 100. I'm 100. Appreciate everybody. I'm out.